big thank you to our sponsor, Desert Financial. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And it is Monday, so happy Monday. And again, a beautiful day out there. A little warm this week. Actually, it's going to be very warm this week here in Payson. But after that, hopefully we have some monsoons coming in, and looking forward to some rains and it cooling down a little bit. Well, this morning we're going to be talking about the upcoming Payson Book Festival. And actually this year it is a Payson Artist, Author and Artist Festival. But we have a couple authors joining us this morning, and they called in this morning to talk with us. We have Susan Budavari and Merle McCann. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, and you're both doing well this morning?
Yes.
And now, are both of you in Phoenix or down in the valley?
We're in Valley. I'm in KRIM. Susan is Fountain.
Oh, in Fountain Hills.
Yeah, and we're both at Cape Creek right now.
Nice. And now you're surviving the heat down there?
So far. Not
Yeah, it is quite warm down there.
It is right now. Yeah. We've hit 115 already this year.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, that is quite warm. Quite warm. So, Susan, going to start with you. If you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a chemist by profession, and many years I worked in the pharmaceutical industry, and I also did scientific research. I moved to Arizona in 2000, and I decided I wanted to become a fiction author, write mysteries, and I started doing that by writing short stories and getting them published. For a brief time, I had, in conjunction with a partner, a small publishing company where we published the works of other people. And at a point in time, I decided I wanted to do my own writing and get that published. So I have published 24 short stories in various anthologies, and I have written 5 books called the Morano and Bell novels. The last one recently came out, The Past Remains, and I cooperated with Merle, and we put out a joint book, Beyond the Broken Door, which contains 20-some-odd short stories that we've written individually, but have put together in the same book.
Gotcha. So, how long have you and Merle known each other?
I think there's almost 20. We met through the Desert Sleuth Sisters in Crime organization, and we met in critique groups over the years. So I would say we've done it probably close to 20 years, yeah.
20 years. Now, that organization that you met through again, Desert Sleuth Sisters?
In Crime. It's an international organization, Sisters in Crime, and the 6th chapter is called Desert Sleuth. For people who don't know, Sisters in Crime is really comprised of a lot of women, but also some brothers in crime. And the organization was formed by Sarah Poretsky. I believe it was 1990s, and it was thought women didn't get an equal shake with men, and the organization put in practice their things that put the visibility of female writers.
Wow.
Want to answer? Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a new chapter just recently put together called Sisters in Crime, Grand Canyon Writers. And we're having a good time with that. It's garnered a lot of attention. We have chapters now, or members, I should say, in our chapter as far away as India, Canada,
Wow.
Australia. So there are 2 chapters of Sisters in Crime in the Phoenix Valley. One is based in Scottsdale, the Grand Canyon Writers, and Desert Sleuth is based in more towards.
Gotcha. So, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. And you guys, having known each other a while, have you been able to kind of help each other out with your writing or with ideas, creativity, and so on?
Well, we do belong to mutual critique groups where, as we have a novel in progress, we submit chapters and comment on them. So Merle and I have belonged to several groups over the years, and we do give feedback on each other's work.
Again, if you're just tuning in, talking with a couple authors, Susan Budavari and Merle McCann, who will be at this year's 8th annual Payson Book Festival. This year, though, a little change up. It is Payson Author and Artist Festival, because there will be local artists from our Rim Country Artists Association at the festival, and it is Saturday, July 15th from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Mademoiselle Hotel and Casino in the ballroom. It's a family-friendly event for people of all ages, so bring out the kids. There'll be a lot of kids' books, kids' authors present, and just all types of books will be available for you to purchase and to talk to the authors. And I think that's one of the great things about book festivals is your access to the authors to ask them about how they got started, the process, how it works, writing a book, publishing a book, illustrations, the cover, artwork, all of it. And do you find, Susan and Merle, that at the book festivals there's always a lot of engagement with the people in attendance?
Oh yeah, the people are very communicative, and in our case, we meet people one year, and then when they come back the next year, they stop by and talk to us and ask us what we've been doing. So it's a very friendly festival. People are very outspoken, they're very kind, and they tend to enjoy themselves. So we look forward each year to meeting new people, saying hello to friends that we've had from the past, and just communicating what it means to be a writer and what we're writing about, and answering any questions they may have, because there are a lot of people who have that great American novel in the back of their head, and they want to find out how to go about it.
Now,
we've been to several of the Payson Book Festivals, and we're looking forward this year to the addition of the fine artists. It's been a great thing for writers in general in the Phoenix Valley to have Payson and the excellent job they do in putting that festival on.
Yes, they do a great job. Connie Cockrell and all of the other authors and members of that group that put a lot of time and energy into putting the book festival together, the Payson Book Festival. They do a great job. And also you can find out more and learn more about the Payson Book Festival or Payson Authors and Artists Festival by going to their website, paysonbookfestival.org. And I know I'm on the website right now, and one of the features on that site is you're able to meet all of the authors that will be at the book festival. So right now, I know I brought up both of your websites, it's nice because not only can you see the author, a picture of the author, but you can see some of their books or the books they have, and then you can click on the link to that takes you to their website. So I see both of you have websites. Susan, yours is susanbudavari.com, where you have descriptions about all your books, and also the ability for people to buy the books.
Yeah, and I also have some beautiful pictures of Arizona sunset. That is one of the things that I enjoy a great deal. And I have some new photos that I'm going to be adding to my website, as well as updating it pretty soon.
Well, I see on your short stories, the So West, let me see, a free vacation?
Yeah.
Where you have a nice sunset there, and also Vanity Pays.
Yes, the short stories, I also have a one-line logo that gives people the idea of what the story is about.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my books, too, my Murano and Bell novel series features a PI, private investigator by the name of Matt Murano.
Mm-hmm.
He's an ex-cop. I'm from New Jersey, and some of my ideas in framing that detective come from my experiences in New Jersey. And he works together and teams up on occasion with his physician wife, Louise Bell. And they get pulled in scenarios where people they know or people they work with come to Matt to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
Help they're in particular crises in their lives. Most of my stories involve a very strong woman who has to tackle a great event in her life that involves some murder or mystery or attack or something. And Matt is very effective in working together with the police to solve the issue and help out his client.
Mm-hmm. I could hear, I detected the New Jersey accent a little bit. Most of my family is from New Jersey and still lives in New Jersey, in central Jersey though, Flemington, that area.
New Jersey, Warren and Watchung.
Okay, yeah, most of the families in Flemington, Trenton, and that part of New Jersey. But so it's been a while though since you've been in Arizona?
Yes, I've been here over 20 years. I love Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
But when I lived in New Jersey, I just remember so many days going to work on icy roads and spinning around and worrying about home at night because we had these horrible snowstorms and icy roads. At least with heat, if you have effective air conditioning, you don't even mind the weather.
No, out here right now, down in Phoenix, they're melting roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the monsoon comes.
Yes. Yes. So, Merle, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been an author and what got you started.
Well, I've been an author probably more than 30 years, and I got started when I entered college rather late in life, and one of my first classes was an English class that focused on writing, and I really liked it. I wrote, maybe a half dozen stories for the assignment, and my professor took me aside and said, "Have you ever considered writing?" And I said, "No." She said, "Well, you really should because you seem to have a knack for it." And that was step one. Step two was I happened to meet a published author, and I mentioned to her my interest, and she said, "Well, write 100 pages and I'll evaluate them." And she called me in she said, I'd like to get together with you. You're going to have quite a future if you take up this writing game. But she said, I'll tell you, you're a mystery writer, not a romance writer. And it just went from there. My background, actually, I was a paralegal for about 10 years. And from there I went into banking. And then my husband and I started our own business, which was a consulting activity. And he traveled the world, and I stayed home and raised teenagers. Gave me a lot to write.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they provided a lot of material for you, probably.
Well, you know, I've been kind of surprised how many times I've gone back and used the education from my paralegal days, because when you write a mystery, you can't help but get involved with the detective. Excuse me, I'm a little throatish here. You get involved with the detectives, and it requires that you also to write police procedure, something I hadn't thought about. I've also used my background in adventure. I was born in the Yukon, literally born in a log cabin.
Wow.
Nobody can but it caused me to have quite an interest in history. So half of my books are historical, the other half contemporary. And now I'm sitting here looking at the stack, and I think I have written 11 novels, 6 for adults and 5 for middle readers. And then Susan mentioned our collaboration on mythology, where we each contributed 12 short stories. So we're having a good time. Writing is a wonderful thing. It does keep us off the streets.
Keeps you out of trouble, huh?
Yeah, it certainly does.
When you have a passion for writing, you can never be lonely.
Mm.
You can so in your work and writing ideas that occur to you and fleshing them. It's a very great gift to have a passion for writing.
And sometimes
And a good computer.
and a good computer, yes. I sometimes wonder what I would do if I didn't write. It fills an enormous void. You know, you get up in the morning and you run through the chores, and I can't wait to get to my computer and sit down and dream away.
Wow, and again, you can go to Merle's website, merlemccannauthor.com, and there is a link right off of the paysonbookfestival.org website that you can see all of her books, learn more about Merle. And I did have a question. I see books for middle readers. What is a middle reader?
Well, a middle reader probably ranges from to 14. And that was the first thing that I did that drew some attention to my writing. That's an award-winning series. And my granddaughter one day said to me, I was talking to her about the things that she read, and she said, well, Grandma, you know, I don't like to read. And I was gasping for air. I'm here, I'm a writer in the big world, and my granddaughter doesn't like to read. I thought, well, I'll fix her.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote, and I used her name characters, and she was so thrilled with it. I have to tell you, it worked. She's gone on to have a master's in psychology, so she's reading. I had good success with the first, we called them the Honors Mystery Series, and the first book went into a grade school in Wisconsin, and the class, each student wrote me a letter talking about the book, and to a student they said, we loved your story so much, but it got over too fast. Won't you please write another story and make it longer? So I did, and it ended up, there's 5 books in that series. They're available on Amazon with my other books, and I've had a good time with that. A lot of the kids
contact me still today.
Wow, that's fun. Getting your granddaughter, is your granddaughter correct?
Yes,
Yeah, involved like that. I know I've talked to a couple authors over the years that they really enjoy that, incorporating grandchildren, you know, into various books. And I know one of the authors, when she started that, I think she had 4 or 5 grandchildren at the time, and then she had to do that for all of them because they said, "Grandma, you know, what about me? I want to be in your book." So,
well, I had out putting all 3 of mine in the first book, and the little granddaughter who told me she didn't like to read picked up the book and read the first page and went screaming off to her parents, telling them, "I'm in the book, I'm going to get famous."
oh, that,
Is that those 3 grandchildren grew up, and sure, as they went through school, many of their friends were gifted the Long Johner's Mysteries. And I don't, kids felt about being in the books when they were juniors and seniors in high school.
Wow. Now that is great. Again, talking with authors Susan Budavari and Merle McCann, and they're just 2 of the authors that are going to be at this year's 8th annual Payson Book Festival. Although a little change up, again, it's a Payson Author and Artist Festival because there will also be artists from the Rim Country Artists Association. And the festival takes place Saturday, July 15th from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Mademoiselle Hotel and Casino in the ballroom. It is a family-friendly event for all ages, so definitely bring the kids, the teenagers, bring the whole family out because there's something for everyone at the book festival, and also with artists this year you get to enjoy some local artwork as well. And that's actually Wednesday we'll be doing another interview with someone that will be at the festival, and it will be Elizabeth Fowler, one of our local artists, and she'll just be sharing about herself and Rim Country artists and artwork here in Rim Country. Also, you can go to PaysonBookFestival.org for a schedule of events, to meet all the authors, to see their books, links to their websites, and then there's just a lot more information on the website if you're an author and you would like to be a part of next year's festival. There's a registration form and information on how you can do that, or if you want to sponsor, be one of the sponsors of the book festival. There's also information on there on how to do that as well. So Payson Book Festival, again, the 8th annual, July 15th, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and hope to see everyone out there. Well, is there any last thing you would like to share, Susan or Merle?
I just wanted to mention that in my novel that I talked about, they are mysteries. I have a double layer because they also deal with family secrets and the difference between adults and their parents.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And Merle. Oh.
One of the things that, just coincidentally, Susan and I both have new mysteries coming out this week. Mine at Harmony Farm, and it's set here in the area. The ranch is close to Cave Creek. And Susan's new book, The Past Remains, also has launched this week,
And we'll both be bringing our new books as well as the ones from the past, the standbys, and we'll be there. Our table, they tell us, is number 60. And Susan and I are going to be looking for old friends and new friends. I hope everyone will come by and say hello.
There we go. That sounds great. Again, the Payson Book Festival, or Author and Artist Festival this year, taking place Saturday, July 15th, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Mezcal Hotel and Casino. Stop by and say hi to both Susan and Merle, along with all of the other artists out there. They would love to see you, love to talk with you, and love for you to buy one of their books. That would be great as well. So thank you, ladies, for taking time to join me this morning, and just thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much, Chris. It's been a pleasure to be with you this morning. I hope everybody comes to the festival.
There we go. I think it will be a good turnout. It usually is. People in Rim Country really enjoy the book festival each year. So hopefully you'll see, I know you'll see a lot of smiling faces out there.
We're looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you again, and hopefully try and stay cool this week during the heat wave down there, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Here it is. Thank you very much for having us, Chris.
All right. You are very welcome. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for watching and listening this morning. And also a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Again, this year's 8th annual Payson Book Festival, or this year a little change, Author and Artist Festival, because Rim Country artists will have some artists out there. Takes place on the 15th, 9 to 2:30 p.m. at the Mezcal Hotel and Casino. Well, hey, it's time to get back to the music now with some Steve Miller Band, Marshall Tucker Band, and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.